Hi, I'm Anthony Arisman, and welcome to the Urbana Leader. Today we have Lori Reisenger on the program, and she is running for family court judge.
Yes, that's correct.
Am I getting it right?
Yes, it's technically called the juvenile probate domestic relations judge, but it's
See,
easier.
I'm so glad I didn't have to say that. That's why I said it the way I said it, so you could say it. You're from Urbana?
I am originally from Fayette County, which is very, very similar to Champaign County.
Okay.
My husband and I moved to Urbana with our 3 kids in 1996, so we've been here a little over 12 years.
Great. What do you think of Urbana?
Oh, I love it.
Isn't it a cute city?
It's great, and it has done wonders for our family. Our kids have just blossomed here.
One of my favorite things is sitting on the porch and hearing I don't know which church it is, but they play a song when they play their bells.
It's the United Methodist
It's
Church,
United
and I
Methodist
love
Church.
it. And on really cold, clear nights, you can hear it
everywhere. You can hear it everywhere.
Yes.
All right, and again, how many kids you have?
I have 3.
3, and what are their names?
Nate, Alex, and Abby.
All
They're
right.
all in Urbana High School.
All right.
17, 16, and 15.
All right, so they're not going to be, they're probably, mom's doing the program.
That's right.
Okay, with that out of the way, a couple of quick questions. Same questions I've been asking all the other candidates, because we've been trying to have all the candidates on, as many as we could possibly drag kicking and screaming to our little program. And I really do appreciate you appearing on the program.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
I need to make a real quick statement here about one of the other candidates, and that's Penny Underwood, who is a candidate for Clerk of Courts. She had every intention of appearing on the show herself, but unfortunately she had very pressing family matters to attend to, and she had to cancel her appearance, otherwise she'd be here. Myself and the staff send our well wishes to her and her family. But so now that I've gotten a little of the house cleaning out of the way, let's move on to our next question. What made you decide to run for? Why be a judge?
Why be a judge?
Yeah, why be a judge?
I started out my legal career in private practice.
Okay.
A lot of real estate law, construction law, civil litigation, and it was not very satisfying. So the opportunity became available to be an assistant prosecutor. So I decided to go into the public service aspect of law. It has done wonders for me. I feel like I'm giving back to the community, and yet I'm getting just as much in return. The focus of my work now are juveniles. I'm the juvenile prosecutor. I'm also the attorney for Children's Services. So I am dealing with the families of Champaign County every day, every day. I'm very ingrained with the families of Champaign County. But as a prosecutor, you can only touch so many. I wanted to expand the horizon. I wanted to be able to give even more. I wanted to touch more families, hopefully be a benefit to them. So the next logical step is to be a judge. And being a family court judge, just think of the lives you can touch. Just think of the people that hopefully you can help and maybe be the one positive in their life.
You know, and that's and you bring up a very good point about, especially when having spoken to so many of the candidates and who are also running for judge. That seems to be a theme that comes up over and over and over again, is the families and how they're affected, and especially how children are affected.
Yes.
Because this is and I've said it in all the other interviews, that this is you're going through a very stressful time. Everything is turned upside down. How important is it to get these things over with, to use layman terms, or to use your terms, to finally have some kind of adjudication on them?
Very important for several reasons. One, the stress of the waiting, of the not knowing what's going to happen, whether it's a divorce, whether it's a juvenile delinquency adjudication, custody battle, families involved with children's services, just the stress of not knowing what's going to happen creates more problems for the family. But also, getting it resolved lets them start the process of either rehabilitation or healing. And the sooner you can do that, the better.
Right. Now, what in your background, or I don't want to know. We don't want to know your resume. Me and your viewers don't want to know what your resume is. But we do want to know what is in your background that specifically qualifies you to be a judge in Champaign County.
I have an accounting degree, so I have the financial education and knowledge.
Because there is an economic exponent to this.
I mean, in domestic relations cases, you've got a lot of asset division. You've got a lot of finances to deal with. You can't forget about that piece of it. And then you're going to have real estate to deal with. And I practiced real estate litigation for 3 years. And then...
Who gets the family farm then?
Yeah, unfortunately. You know, who has right to the land. And people get very, very, very protective of their land. Land and children. Those are the two things that people will fight for till the bitter end.
Now, see, and I've heard that in some parts of the world they eat their children before they give up their land.
I've never seen that happen here in Champaign County.
Well, that's good. That's good. But okay.
And then,
go on. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Then I'm the juvenile prosecutor, so I do everything there is to do in juvenile court. I'm the only assistant prosecutor that deals with the juvenile court. Abuse, neglect, dependency, unrulies, delinquencies, truancies, everything. So I think the combination of all of those, and I'm a mom. I spent 3 years as a stay-at-home mom. So I get it. I'm living it. You know, I'm raising 3 children. It's tough. It's tough financially. It's tough emotionally. Kids are facing things these days that they shouldn't have to face. Their innocence is being taken away way too early. The expectations of children are so high. You know, athletics and education and what we expect of our children is unbelievable. It's
a lot different world. In fact, you know, I was recently talking to my brother, and I told and my nephew, and whom I'm encouraging to go to the University of Kyle. I would like you to go to the University of Urbana, and I told him, I said, don't leave home until you're 25 because it's a crazy world out there.
Yes, it is.
So I'm sure my brother just totally appreciates that.
Yes, because he's going to have to feed him until
Absolutely, absolutely. And pay his car insurance and all those kind of things. But it's a different world out there. And, you know, we had there was a suicide over something that was it was a juvenile thing to do. You know, there's no other way to put it. It was a juvenile thing to do. It was, you know, I think it was a bomb threat. There was a bomb in the high school. Well, and of course they all got caught. That's what happens, you know. But for under whatever perception these kids had, they thought it was the end of the world. And one of them committed